my family. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to a man and this, that, and the third. She probably would took your money from you. But as far as laying down with you or something like that, oh, nah, she wasn't going for that. You see what I'm saying? So you want to lie on my mama and say mama wanted you and this and the third. I took my mama's phone from her. I said, mama, get off that phone with him. Because I already know what he was trying to do. He had already told me. You know what he was going to do. But I said, man, I gave it to him because I said, man, he probably just going to call. He probably would never did what he did. Because I said he got a woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he'll do that. But he was trying to get with my mama. And he tried to make sure my mom was going. He could have effed on my mama and all this stuff like that. So I told my mom, I said, mama, now, I said, you ain't got to worry about getting off the phone. I said, I'm going to disconnect the line. And everybody always knows. My whole family was on my line except Nene. And I used to always say, when they make me mad or something on the line, I used to always say, I'm finna disconnect that line. I'm finna disconnect that line. I always used to say that. And y'all used to be like, y'all just need to get off his phone line because he finna disconnect that line. Y'all know how I used to always do when I used to joke like that. And I hung up the phone. Him and my mama never text. Well, they did text, and he texted her. He was like, hey, is this Juanita? And she was like, well, who is this? And he said, this man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. And I showed those messages. I just don't know how to get them back. This, that, and the third. I probably got the screenshots here in my phone because I had went and got my mama phone so y'all wouldn't think I made no messages up and stuff like that. That's stuff that man do. But I came on live and I showed y'all. I said, this is what he said. So where did he get with the point? Or what was his motto with trying to say that my mom was going for him? They said, T, nothing in the messages shows what Juanita wanted him. But he go up on live on his YouTube and he lying to these folks, telling these folks that my mama wanted him. And then he'll F on my mama and all this type of stuff. That's disrespect. That's disrespect. I ain't never disrespected his mama. Not one time. Until when he came on Lynn Live and he called my mama, saying all this stuff like that. And I said, something about his mama Dean. But I forgave myself for that because I said, I'm not going to talk about his mama because she ain't saying nothing about me. But you get on live and you lie. Y'all know that's a compulsive lie. And one thing about me, I cannot stand a liar. Because when you lie, you got to cover up all them lies that you lied about. God knows. I'm telling the honest God truth. And everything that you're doing, man, you may feel like that you up on top. You may feel like that you winning. You may feel like that you doing this and doing that. You can go to the chef out. I don't care what you do at this point. But you lied up on me. Not one time, but multiple times. You have lied. Just like that time when you asked me. Well, when I asked you, I said, man, we should collab. I got on your live that day, and you said, I ain't collab with nobody. I said, that's fine. The next day, I had about 1,000 some viewers on my live. They was like, T, you going to Texas? I ain't in Texas. Why won't you collab? I said, well, y'all, man said that he ain't collab with nobody. All of a sudden, man came in my live. He said, TC. He said, TC, pull up. That's what he said in the comment. I said, man, you just said you wasn't going to collab with nobody. I said, but I'll let you know. I said, I'll text you when I get out the live. I text man, and I said, well, I'm coming down there. I said, I'll let you know or whatever. There was around a time when Miss Holler passed away because I was watching her funeral service on my way to Texas. I had, got myself prepared, got my oil change and all that stuff. When I was getting the oil change, I had got all that stuff together. I drove literally 7 hours all the way to Dallas, to his part of Texas. And I said, well, on the way there, I said, man, I'm almost there. I was tired from driving because my body wears out when I'm driving that long distance. I said, man, can you go get a hotel room for me? At the time, y'all know I was like 20 years old. I think I was 20 or 19. 19 or 20. One of them, no, it was 19. I think I was 19 or 20. 19 or 20, one of them. But you know, in some locations, they don't allow, because I know here in Natchez, sometimes they don't let you get hotel rooms. You got to be 21 years. I don't even know where you live at or none of that. Come to find out, cousins already know when something wrong. What's up, Renisha? Cousins already know when something wrong with me. They know I'm going to look crazy. I'm probably going to smoke a cigarette back to back, all that. I'm going to look like, oh, I'm just over it. Y'all know that. This bitch had me come way up there. And you ghosted me. You didn't try to make sure, when you invite people to your city and your state, you're supposed to and they not from there, you need to make sure that they have, like, make sure they good, checking in with them. That's hospitality. You're not, no home training. Hospitality is key. Everywhere I've ever been, people have always treated me, well, there's a Walgreens right up the road. Or there's a store up the road, or they have hotels about 15 minutes away from here. From my home, you can go down there and go see. They have cheap hotels. They're good. They're pretty good. Everywhere I've been to, people always have great hospitality. He had no hospitality, no none of that. So I sat in the parking lot for a minute, and I got proof of that too. And I sat in the parking lot at the hotel, and I was looking, I was like, should I go up here and go get a hotel, or should I ask a guy or somebody, or should I ask somebody, could they get a hotel? But I said no, because they'll know I'm there by myself. And so you got to think when you out of town by yourself. I said, they'll know I'm there by myself. I'm well known, I'm popular. I got a lot of money right now, so, you know, I can't be doing all this. Hey, Tay, what's up? So I sat there and I contemplated about it. All of a sudden, I pulled up. I said, I ended the live. And when I ended the live, I went to Wendy's in Mesquite, Texas. And I got me something to eat. I ate it in the parking lot. And when I got done eating, I went to the Shell station that was right there. Because I seen the gas station, I seen Wendy's. I said, well, shit, I ain't finna go all over. Finna eat something right here, eat something right there. But before I had left, I was on the phone with Kay. Y'all know Kay and Treya. I love them. They good in my eye. You know what I'm saying? I support them because they gave me a chance, opportunity, and Kay was a supporter of mine. And she said, I said, Kay, I remember her telling me when I met them, because I met them back in 2021, before my cousin died. And she said, I live in Texas. You know, I try to remember stuff. I said, who in Texas that I can call? And I thought about her. I said, Kay, are you in Texas? She said, yeah. You know, I live here. See, I told you that. I said, how far are you from Mesquite, Texas? She said about 20 minutes. I said, okay. I said, can I come by your house? She was like, well, my cousins and stuff, like, they staying with me and stuff, so you ain't gonna be able to stay with me, but you can come. She said, I'm helping my cousin do this decoration and stuff at this party, and I'll be done with this about an hour. You want to go eat somewhere or something like that? Because I had told her about the situation. She said that was fucked up for, you know, because when you're doing content, you're not going to ghost about it. I said, because man, not even texting me back and this and the third night. I came way down here. She said that was wrong. But she didn't say nothing bad about her, but she said that was wrong. Which that was wrong. You know, it was fucked up. If you're a content creator, you want to be a content creator, you telling somebody to collab, I'm traveling hours away to get content done, and you fucking up. You folded. So, I just told Kay, never mind, because I didn't feel like sitting another hour. So, I said, Kay, I'm headed back home. I never come back live until I made it home. And I was just scrolling on Facebook. I was waiting on Manny to come live just to see what he was going to say. And he came on live and he told them supporters, they said, what TC, man, what TC at? I don't know what TC at. Let me call his phone. I had them block Maine already before I pulled out. Maine had called my phone and went straight to voicemail. He said, oh, TC probably be out here with one of these men out here in Texas. You know, these men don't be playing and stuff. These men don't be playing in Texas. You know, TC probably got himself in some making jokes about it. He was laughing about this shit. He was laughing about it. All of a sudden, I'm watching it live. I'm like, wow. I called my K and all that. I'm like, I can't believe this. A person is laughing about this situation. And I called my mama and them. I said, Mama, y'all, I said, if anybody asks y'all about me, don't tell them nothing. I said, let them stay wondering. So, my thing is, he go there, and I watched him for a couple hours and stuff. And when I made it home, they said, TC, you at home that fast? I said, yeah, I went to Texas. They said, you ain't go to no Texas that fast. Everybody who knows me knows I have drove all the way to Atlanta, Georgia. That's 8 hours. I drove all the way to Atlanta, Georgia and did the overnight and turned right back around and made it back home at 8 o'clock that morning. I can drive like that. Driving is my passion. That's why I like driving. You see what I'm saying? That's why people always say, T, when you good, I don't let nobody drive me nowhere. I drive everywhere I go. Because I love driving. I enjoy driving. So I can do trips like that and make it like I'm good on the interstate. Real good. Everybody brags about me. So he sat up there and made jokes about that stuff and said, TC ain't coming to no Texas. He lying to y'all. He lying to y'all. I said, how did he come to Texas? He go to Transaction right here when I went to Wendy's. Don't they say Mesquite, Texas, y'all? Y'all see the date? And they was like, TC did come to Texas. He lied about, oh, he ain't coming to no Texas. So he went tried to show the messages. When he went trying to show the messages, he didn't save my number. He never saved my number, he claimed. So I had his number saved as mine. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, this boy sat up here and put my number out on the live. He let all the supporters and fans see my number. That night, I got nothing but text messages with threats because I was telling the truth and he was making it like I was lying, and all his supporters that was against me, they kept saying, you know, like that it was just trolls that was trolling me. And I said, this boy to put my number out on live. I said, I just had said when I was showing the message, I'm not showing his number. His number was saved in my phone. You see what I'm saying? You don't do shit like that. But everybody feel like he's right about what he's saying. Everything that he does right. And that's why with his supporters, when they was saying, no, TC, you wrong, this, that, and the third, everything that he said, they always went for it. Oh, he right. TC, you wrong. That's how they used to do me. And I got tired of that. I got tired of that. Because that was fucked up. How y'all feel like this wrong? That's just like when they said if a tornado come, it gonna blow this trailer off. I said, Lord, I hope I don't never be in this trailer when they do that. Because I could probably end up dying from impact or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? But people don't think about the things that they have said. And I forgave him calling out nonsense because me, TC, never been something that happened down the road. But I have never been the person to always hold a grudge. I've always been a nice person to everybody. I've always had a good heart. Only way I don't have, I ain't gonna say I have a bad heart, but I have my ways. If a person pick and they mess with me and do things, I become low down or mean. So that's my only thing. It's crazy because I've been watching you since day one and you for real put mine off. Why do you go back to being friends with him? I'm not his friend as of now, Vicky. We're not friends. We're not friends. But he spoke on me today on the live, and I don't appreciate how he switched the narrative. Like, if you gonna tell a story, tell it real. Everybody who knows, I've been telling this story for literally 2 or 3 years. I've been telling the same story over and over again, and my story have never changed. Never changed. Out of all the months, all the heartache and grieving and pain that I've been through and this and the third, you'll probably say, TC, will probably forget about that. I do not forget about nothing. Anybody can tell you I remember in 2003, I fell down the goddamn stairs. And I was born in 2003. I mean, not 2003. It was probably when I won, probably 2004. But I fell down the fucking stairs. Alright, finna go follow them folks. But that's one thing I can tell y'all. Yes, Emma, he's childish. And then he want to make it look like that he's right all the time. And then his family, I mean, not family, but his supporters and fans and stuff, they up on the live watching. And they see that after all the proof I still have showed, they still don't believe me. And that's fine. I don't care about them believing me or not. But he was wrong for what he did. And I guaranteed you, it may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week or next month or this year. But I guaranteed you, if you think God didn't see what you have done to a good-hearted person, just know, I don't do wrong things until something wrong have been done to me. So, I have to answer God for that. But what I will say, if you think you're going to keep getting by with all these excuses and this, that, and the third and the lies, I guaranteed you, when your karma come for you, since you say my karma have already came to me, when your karma comes to you, you're not going to be able to hold it or bear it. So I'm trying to tell you, you better be careful with what you do and what you say. Because God is watching everything that you're doing and what you're saying. And it can be, you don't know when your karma gonna come, but it's definitely gonna come because of all the lies that you have told on people. The lies. You got to stop that. And that's all I told him. I said, them lies and stuff like that, you better stop lying, boy. Tell the truth about it. He can't tell the truth. Alexis, I understand what you're saying. I still shouldn't do wrong, this and the third. I've been heard that. But guess what? That's what I just told you. God, I got to answer God for that, boo. You see what I'm saying? So I know when I'm wrong. And this and the third. I know when I'm wrong. But for a person to continue to lie about stuff, he got to stop lying. Now, I wonder, since I just showed y'all all that, y'all done got y'all little screenshots and all that. So when he say that I put his, when he say I put his charges out, when he said I've did this and I've did that, everything TC have done, TC have told y'all what he have done. But far as the lies, I can't bear with the lies. I can't bear with the lies. I don't deal with nobody who lie. I can't. Because when you lying about something, when you can honestly, especially simple stuff, you lying about stuff, that's bad. I cannot stand a liar. How much should the cash up, babe? Whatever you want to send me. I appreciate it. It's pinned below. But, yeah, God don't like ugly. And people uses God's name in vain all the time. And the thing is, that's wrong. He's never going to forgive you for having his page shut down. That's what he's holding on to. It affected his pockets. LaToya Carmen, you can say whatever you want to say about stuff affecting his pockets and this and the third. The motto was, when he came to me, he wasn't even monetized like that. He only had stars and what you call them. You talking about something, I affected his pages. If there's anything, Facebook affected his pages because of his charge. That's who affected it, not me. Because if Facebook got your information and this and the third, and they sees it, that people turned in, and I turned it in on this page. I did. The first ones, I did. Because I helped you build it. And I took it back. He said, when he went live, TC ain't helped me build his page. He said all that on the live. That's why these folks, some of the people that don't like him, they know that what TC, what he told TC. So when I took my page back, that I helped build, remember, I told him you was at, look, you already had 5,000 followers already by me sharing him. He only had about 1.5K followers. That's on 500 or 2,000 followers maybe. And I helped him build it all the way up. He affected TC pockets when he had to burn out on a fake ass charge. That's what I'm saying. And he came right back after I took his pages. He came right back and he did that to me. So we was even. And a month or something went by. And I said, well, I was going to Texas. And he knew I was in Texas. And we ended up talking outside the live. When we talked outside the live, I told him, man, I said, man, I ain't going to mention your charges on live anymore. I said, we're going to move past this as grown men. And Pete Anderson, she's my witness. She know what Maine did. That's why when I told her to go play bingo with him, she probably played a couple times, but she told me, T, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Because what he did to you, it was fucked up. You get what I'm saying? So she knows, and that's why when he started playing, I was trying to get my people to support him. And I told Maine, I said, well, can you make a group and this and the third? Maybe we can run together and we can make money together. He never wanted to do that. Until recently, like earlier this year, he said, he made a deal with me. If I share his page and if I bring some people over to his page, he say, he'll give me $400. I said, $400? I said, that's good. That's cool. But guess what? He fucked it up literally the second day. He didn't even give me $400. I said, man, help me get this overdraft cleared. I called him. And he said, how much you overdraft? I said, I'm overdraft like $140. Man sent me, I believe he sent me $200. I said, thank you. I'm going to pay my overdraft. I paid my overdraft. And when it came down to paying, if you had a deal, your deal was still supposed to be even with $400. But he didn't do that. He said, I just sent you $200 yesterday. So I only owe you what, and I ain't cut nothing, but we only ran like, I think he said they only ran like 16 games or something. And he didn't want to give me my profit. You get what I'm saying? So I said, never mind. I'm not going to worry about doing it. That's exactly what I said. But that was fucked up. That was fucked up. That's the only thing I'm saying that was fucked up, because that's how I know that you didn't want to see money in my pockets. He didn't want to see me making money. Because when I invited him down to my house, he wanted to do the Cash App battle. He seen my house. Oh, that's your house nice. This, that, and the third. That's when he was in his apartment. I said, thank you, man. But then he go live and he talked about the trailer and all this stuff. But I forgave him. Karen, I promise you, that have never happened. Me and May have never messed around. I don't know why people feel like that. Probably because we always into it a lot. But the thing is, we have never messed around. I ain't gonna lie on his name like that. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie on no man name and say that. Nah, we ain't never messed around. Not me and him. I don't care what nobody say. So my thing is, why your whole motive was to tear me down, and that's exactly what you did. You tore TC down with the help of your supporters. But this is my final time addressing this. I'm done addressing this situation. It is what it is. Hey, Sister Danny, what's up? But it is what it is. You did what you did, but that was wrong of you. And your supporters know that was wrong. Because all that money I came out of pocket with, I didn't have to. And at the time that I had to go through a loss with my newborn baby nephew. On top of that, I had to do other stuff. I had things planned. for July. Right, Regina? All this is behind me not picking a side. But he said Shada was watching me. You know what I'm saying? She was a fan of me at first. So he came over. He seen all my viewers and stuff. He wanted to come over and try to get my help, and I gave him his help. But he wanted to go live and come for me and all that and say that TC ain't help build his page. He ain't get no followers from TC. This and that. He looked down on me. And everybody knows that he did that. And I told everybody, I ain't had no business being friends with no sex offender anyways. I said, it's all good, y'all. It's cool. But when he got into it with Brianna, when he got in that Brianna stuff, with her husband and this and that, and you know Brianna had a team, and her husband had a team. And I was just sitting back watching all that stuff, and somebody had a page, and they showed, over here, convicted sex offender, you can get the page took down. So I said, well, I'm going to get my damn page back that I helped them build. And that's when I took that page down. And y'all know all this stuff took place in 2022. That happened with Brianna and her husband in 2022. Y'all knows that. So that's when the pages got taken down. So I never knew how to do it until I seen what they step by step, somebody put it in their group. Their little true group or whatever they had and all that. So that's how I found out. And I said, well, I'm going to get my page back from him. And I did. Because he no longer have it. I said, well, since he talked down on TC, let him build his own stuff back up. And he could never build it back up on his own. Never. He had to buy another page from Lynn, and he had to buy a page from Quail. That's where he got his followers from. He talking about his views and this and the third. I know my worth. I know how many views I used to get. I know what I used to do. I know what TC did. And then I gave him a page, honestly. After I did that, I came back and I said, you know what? I was wrong. Because everybody, you wrong for taking his page. Because I told y'all that I did. I don't have to hide anything. And I told everybody. And they were like, well, TC, you wrong for that and this, that. I said, I tell y'all what. I give him a page with 10,000 followers on there. Well, it was 9,000. No, it was 10,000 followers. I gave him a page, and I called him on the phone. He was like, I ain't even mad about that page. I ain't mad about it. I said, I'll give you a page. I gave him a page. Again. 10,000 followers. It was fully monetized and everything. He said, well, what you gonna do? I said, don't worry about it. I said, my supporters, I said, they mad at you. They mad at you. But I said, if they unfollow you, they unfollow you. Just build it back up. You see what I'm saying? You already monetized. So it ain't going to make a difference with the followers. So he said, I did give him a page. So when I gave him a page, when I swapped the name, everybody, Kanisha texted me. She'll tell you she texted me. She said, why is saying your page changed over to make you so funny? It said Tobias Carvel or whatever page I had the name there. It said switch over because you know it tells you when you update the name and switch it. And when I switched it, people seen that. They said, TC, you wrong for giving him a page. I would never gave him nothing. They said, I'm unfollowing that page right now. And they unfollowed, so he got mad at me. And said, well, you took the first page. You took the first page. You should never took the first page because now they unfollowing me. And this and the third, he wanted followers. He wanted money. He wanted all of that. You see what I'm saying? And I was sitting there getting my goddamn eyes waxed or something. I think I was getting a facial done in Fairly. And I get a call, text me from Maine. And I said, well, man, don't worry about it. So that's when he went live. Him and his supporters, they was going live. Yeah, he wrong for that and all this and all that. Like, cussing me out, coming from my trailer. Oh, he gonna lose that trailer, this and the third. A tornado gonna come and blow his trailer down. All kind of hurtful, meaningful things. You know what I'm saying? And that was fucked up. And I told him, well, give me my page back then. He said no. He ain't giving me nothing back. And when he said that, I took that one down. If I ask you for it back, give it back. Because if you're not grateful for it, then what? So what? They wasn't no big content creators. They wasn't making no $10,000. Don't let them lie to you like they was, because they wasn't. Y'all knew who the big time content creators was. Y'all knew that. And he was not one of them. At all. So that was his whole motto. He was jealous. He said, how much your check is for this month? That's when he went viral that time, when he posted something about LaTruth or something. And their performance bonus was ranked up to probably about $3,000 or $4,000 maybe $5,000, I don't know. And when he did that, that's when he told me, when he did that, he asked me, he said, how much your check is for the, I said, I made $15,000. And he was like, for real? He said, well, I got the mission, so I don't want to lie. But he told me how much his was. And I said, oh, because you went viral and stuff like that. He went viral. And that's how he made that money. One time. And that's why he was mad. I kept telling him, he said, come on, we can compare our money, our Facebook checks. I said, okay, I'm down. Shit, I ain't going to hide it from you. Show your remedies, whatever it is the Facebook send. They send stuff to your email to show you how much you made for the month. And I told him, go to your email. And I said, show that paper. Or show your thing. He never showed it. He never showed it. He could never put it on there. He could never put it on there. He never showed it. Because he was not making that money like he lied to y'all and said. Because a person that wasn't lying like he made money, he would have said, see, look, that's my money right there you took from me. I ain't take no money from you. That's a lie. Yes, Edwin, he did. He talked about this trailer like a dog. And he just said today on his YouTube live, his caption is titled as, because somebody called me and told me I was sitting on the porch trying to handle business. Trying to find a long place that I can call. See what I'm saying? And somebody called me and said, he over there online talking about you like a dog. I said, for real? They said, come on, let's go watch it and let's go see. And I don't be behind no fake page. I come on my real stuff. And when I came on, I caught him in there when he was saying something about my mom and all this. And I said, man, you sitting up there lying. I said, why are you lying? I said, I don't like the way you trying to narrative. You pushing the narrative. You switching the narrative. And he said, oh, there you go, right there in the comments. I'm glad his fat ass here. That's exactly what he said. You can go back and roll the live back if he keep it up. But you'll see what I said. And I said, I wasn't worried about that or whatever like that, but I was just still coming and let him know, like, you pushing the narrative. And all that he's saying about viewers and karma, you get your karma, you got to sell your car, you ain't finna do it, but go scam them people out their money. You see what I'm saying? He said that one time before when I was playing Spinner Wheel. When I invited him, I said, come over on my board and play with me. He didn't have a lot of money, so I guess he sent me $150. He wanted me to help him win on my board. I didn't cheat on my stuff for nobody. I never cheated with nobody. So whoever won, you won. You see what I'm saying? So when he lost, he went back on live and said, man, that boy over there scamming. He over there cheating and stuff like that. Them people over there, they playing with him and stuff like that. I would never have my supporters to gamble against one another. Well, you run bingo every night. That's what they doing. You see what I'm saying? They gamble against one another and this and that, but it was a problem when I did it. But I never have came on here and say, oh, he's just scamming his people out of money. Because if I say that, I'll be seeing you to scam me out of my money then. But I ain't say that. Because I played on your bingo. To support you in return for supporting me with that $150 off about that one time that you played Spinner Wheel. You wrong for what you did. You know that. He's wrong for that. I don't care what nobody say that boy is wrong. That boy is wrong. He's dead wrong for that. And I hate that people always feel like that I'm wrong. I'm wrong in some things, yes, but wrong was done to me. You get what I'm saying? But people don't fault him like, well, man, you was wrong for what you did now. You know, they don't say that. You keep doing what you're doing, they hating on you, they this, they that, they mad. I'm mad for one reason, and that was in Alabama. You see what I'm saying? Although I guarantee you he gonna lose his before I lose mine. And that's why she did what she did. So when she seen me and Maine got back cool and all that, she came on the live. I wasn't dealing with her because she hadn't lied on me. You see what I'm saying? So when she came in the live and all that, so it was like I was into it with Maine. I ain't heard from her none of that. I got into it with Maine again. And she came on my live in the comments and her words was, oh, I knew that little party wasn't going to last long. That's exactly what she said. She said that. She said, I knew that party wasn't going to last long. And I know somebody up on this live probably was on that live when she said that. She came in the comments and said it. And that's when I started going in on her. And man even told me, yeah, TT told his truth. That's why he kept going live about her. So now it's all flopped over. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be friends with none of them. None of them. None of them. I never had friends and I don't want them now. But I guaranteed you, I had no, only thing I gave down was because she told me, and that's why I hate, she swapped the narrative too. And y'all know she do stuff like that. She swapped the narrative and stated, TT, you know we called. No, I did not. I didn't call with you. I did not call with you, boo. You know I didn't call with you. You called me and told me about that you was going to be a witness for me. And you said, well, you going to get him in trouble because he was speaking with all of us. Rome, you, and he was speaking with everybody at the time. Except 2K. So Dime said that she was on the phone with the detective, letting them know about it. And she said, well, the detective probably going to call you. Do you mind if I give the detective your number? I said, it don't matter. I said, you can. Could I, talk in for you if you want me to? A detective never called. A detective never called at all. So she didn't get my number because she knew I called her private. I didn't call her regular. I called her private. So she didn't have my number. She couldn't call me. I had to call her. So she went and she deleted the messages. She posted his, private parts on social media and all that. Because she texted me that night. She said, you see what I posted on my page? I said, what you posted? She said, go look at my story. I bet you ain't gonna play with me no more. Guess what? I went to the store. I said, wow, you really did that? And she was like, yes. I told him not to play with me with my kids. And that's what she did. So when she tried to put the narrative out like being a vote for her did or whatever like that, but I did not. I never called CPS on nobody. Never done it. Never done it. And that's the honest God truth. All my life, I never done it. So when people lie on me, I say people lie for no reason. Like, when a person lie on you, they'll do anything to you. And I can't stand liars. I try to stay far away from liars. Because when you lie, you'll get somebody in some serious trouble by lying. That's what I'm saying later. But that's only her brother because he you know, done came and seen her and, you know, done helped her with a couple of things and stuff like that. But it was supporters that was calling me, telling me, TC, you know, I help. And I'm talking about these supporters be on everybody live. That's why when I joke around, I be like, oh, because, you know, we play two sides. You see what I'm saying? Because it's supporters that's watching them. And they have talked about them. I'd have helped this girl done lied to me and all this and that. I'm talking about that's what they have done. They have said, I ain't going to speak on the supporters that said it. But I guarantee you, because somebody leaked it, he sent it to somebody else. Exactly, Sharice. So that's why I don't like liars. Because why lie? Just tell the truth. I used to lie all the time when I was like in the kindergarten and stuff. And they said, start being honest. That's when I learned about the word honest in 2nd grade. And honesty means just tell the truth. Because the truth will always set you free. So guess what? Every time if I do something conniving, I'm going to tell you. I've been honest about my whole life. Honest. Ever since 2nd grade. I've been honest. I don't know Diamond, but she had sent it. So when she tried to delete the messages, but I had showed the supporters message, they said, well, she lying, TC. We know it. And that's how she do. She lies. Lies bad. And that's why I said I can never be friends with her. Never. Because you lie. And that's the only reason why I've never been friends with her, because a liar. But when she lied on me that time, I said, no, indeed, I can't trust her. I never stole from nobody. Never stole from nobody. Me, never stole. But, I mean, like money. But, like I told people, when I was a teenager, I used to steal out the dollar store. I did. Snacks and stuff. Who ain't done stuff like that? But I'm an honest person, so I have told that. You see what I'm saying? You're doing too good. Oh, Lord, I know. You know what I'm saying? And for something like that's why I be trying to tell these folks, the people from Natchez, y'all don't even be on my live all the time. If y'all knew I was a if I was just such a mean person, or a evil person, this and the third, I'm quite sure somebody probably would have probably beat me. Now, I could be a messy. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, people try to make me out to be a bad person when I'm really not. When I'm really not. And I'm talking about so many people that walk up to me here in Natchez, they be smiling. Oh, I watch you on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, you know, I be going through a lot now, lately. But that's okay. But the way these people on the internet try to portray me as to be, I can't stand that. I can't stand it. It bothers me bad. And that's what makes me want to leave social media and get out. But I know I got a lot of fans, a lot of people that count on me to come live. And if I give up on them, they